Timing of all this blast comes just a week after Donald Trump announced his new war strategy for Afghanistan.
We will also expand authority for American armed forces to target the terrorist and criminal networks that sow violence and chaos throughout Afghanistan.
Well, the president's new plan provides no time frame for a withdrawal, although his administration hinted at a boost in troop numbers. He chose to keep the exact numbers secret. He did also, though, reveal he wants NATO allies to throw more troops and more money into the pot as well, as we told you last couple of days. Let's talk to journalist Martin J. Hello, Martin. Sorry, I thought you were behind me. First off, to today's blast and where it was. Kabul has seen many deadly attacks. How's it possible, given the high security there?
Well, I have to take you to task on that. There isn't high security, and that's really always been the problem in Kabul. We tend to think from the TV pictures that we watch every day with the convoys of foreign troops and the contingents of various government armies there. But in fact, it's one of the most dangerous cities in the world. And if you spend time with US generals there, as I did in 2008, you will find that the #1 gripe on a list of a lot of complaints is the embarrassment and humiliation of American soldiers actually not being able to control Kabul. This is key probably to any future strategy that Trump may believe he can roll out, is to secure Kabul. But it's a pretty tough nut to crack, I can assure you.
Yes, so many lives lost, so much money spent, and the situation seems to continue. Do you think there's a link between Trump's announcement that we were talking about just now of his new anti-Taliban strategy and that incident today, a protest?
Yeah, I definitely think there is a link. There's no question about that. I mean, organizations like the Taliban or ISIL in Afghanistan, sometimes called ISK, these organizations don't send email. They send messages like this. And there's no question there's a link to what Trump's just recently announced with a new program in Afghanistan. But you mentioned earlier the NATO support that he's looking for. That's also a significant factor. We haven't seen the numbers of formally the big guns of NATO and non-NATO members line up and who supported George W. Bush and Obama before. Those countries around the world have not joined Trump. So I think that's also significant. But there's something else you have to look at as well, is that Trump has made, he has pinpointed one of the big problems that his campaign will confront, which is the role of Pakistan. He's threatened Pakistan to withdraw $1 billion of aid if it doesn't get into line and its own government forces don't crack down on both Afghanis and Taliban on the border. And that's key to really winning anything. So if that was to happen, if the Pakistan government actually did crack down on the Taliban on their border, you can assume that the Pakistan Taliban would be much more galvanized and much more supporting of the Afghani campaign in Afghanistan against US coalition forces. So I think there could be a message in that attack against the diplomatic community and or the American today.
So many irons in the fire there, aren't there? You talked about the frustration of the US troops just now and how they feel they've got nowhere. Let's talk about the frustration of the Afghan people who have to live with this day in, day out, particularly in Kabul, as you say, one of the most dangerous cities in the world. We went out to the streets, talked to a few people. Let's listen.
American and Afghan forces carry out operations at night. Sometimes their intelligence reports are inaccurate. Civilians, including women and children, get killed.
There was a doctor at a hospital who was hit by a drone strike, and another man was on his way home when he was killed by a drone.
During a US operation, they entered a house and saw a schoolboy. They shot him dead. Later they said they had killed a Taliban fighter. Before they left, they blew up the entire building.
Just a snapshot of life as we sit here, you sit where you are. It's hard to take it in, isn't it? I know you've seen many of these places firsthand yourself. Unanimously negative. Do they have every reason to be negative, to be downbeat?
Yeah, look, we've got the whole ideology is skewered. You know, we always made the mistake in the past in believing that the Taliban were similar to ISIS in Iraq or Syria, and that's the mistake that Trump's making right now. You know, ideologically speaking, there is no comparison. The Taliban are not considered to be a foreign enemy of extremists. At best, most people consider the Taliban to be a sort of benign, weird ideology that helps poor people in the villages, in the urban areas, you know, and that's a huge part of the country. So you can hardly blame people for having this resentment and hatred for the Americans. They consider America and the whole US coalition forces to be a sort of foreign occupation. I think that's really the crux of the problem that we're going to face in the future in Afghanistan.
Martin, thanks for now. As news comes in this morning, this explosion that's hit a bank in the centre of Kabul. Thanks for your time.